FID. So FID, a different type from MS. GC FID is a direct assessment, much better than GCMS. GCMS chops up all of the chemical compounds in the oil, and then it tries to look at the combination of all that chopped up and put it back together. Whereas GCFID, it will look at the molecules as a whole and quantify those whole molecules. So it's more accurate for a quantitation. The lab will give us a report. We then, in our system, we will take a retention sample, a 30 ml retention sample, and we'll take a picture of that as well against a water standard. Our tea tree oil comes up crystal clear, like water.
Wow.
Okay, it shouldn't be yellow.
Okay.
If it's yellow, then they haven't produced it well. Okay, and it should be very nice and almost sweet smelling. You all smelled what I passed around today? Yep. So when we go to seal everything, so we're putting it into drums, putting the oil into the drums. We then put argon gas on top. Who's a chemist here? Anybody? Anybody do chemistry? No? Anybody know what the molecular weight of oxygen is?
16.
I heard it.
32.
16?
16 for oxygen, but it's O2, so 32, right?
It's correct, yes. So what's nitrogen?
14.
14. So nitrogen is lighter than oxygen, right?
Yeah.
We put argon gas on top. So argon gas is an inert gas, means it's not going to mix.
It's a noble gas. Yeah.
And do you know what the molecular weight of argon is?
20?
37.
37.
So as long we could leave the cap off the drum, no oxygen would get to the oil. The oil will stay nice and clean. Okay. So until that argon gets tipped out, it's going to stay completely protected from oxygen. We then put a drum seal on that, and so that gets to Young Living with the Australian Code of Practice drum seal with our tea tree oil. Back here on the farm, we're just getting started, getting ready to do the new season, get ready for the new season growth. So as I mentioned, as we were walking down, we take the compost and we churn that over with the chicken manure and the wood chip. We turn that over for about 12 weeks, and we get an organic fertilizer from that. That organic fertilizer we then spread back out on the tree, so just about the time when they're doing it now. And then we use a machine that does a mechanical weeding. So it's like little spiders. They chew up the top soil of the, and then it flips the compost and that soil back up on top of the trees. So it's getting all that compost out of the valleys, so that it's all sitting up on top of the trees. And then we can put our irrigation down, and we're not washing all that compost down with the irrigation.
Okay.
And then we get our new trees that start growing. Any questions? Simple, right?
Yeah.
It seems simple, but of course weather gets in the way. Okay, we can wait for weeks and weeks and weeks for the moisture content in the soil to be right. At some point we need more water, at other points we need less moisture at different parts of getting the soil ready. As I said, we only ever plant once, so we have to make sure we do it right. Okay, and it's a lot of money to get that in the ground to begin with.
So it's around September that you start planting back?
If we are planting new areas, we typically will plant between September and April, and then we harvest in the winter, so June, July, August. Yep. So, but really, once we plant, like these trees will never be planted again in my lifetime. Let's look at the planter. Oh, you're ready. So we would have people sitting in these 6 chairs. So we do everything in 6s. So the bed former right there, that all the banners
Bed
hooked
former.
to, that I've only got 5 there. I don't know where my 6th one is, but that produces 6 rows at a time. We then plant in 6 rows at a time. We water cart 6 rows at a time. We harvest in 2 rows at a time because it's just too much for the harvester. We drop the seedlings down in here. They drop down in, and as the tractor is pulling it that direction, these wheels then pinch the soil back onto the seedling.
Okay. Awesome.
I think we've got the next group coming, and we're going to load you guys on the tractor and back up to plant some strawberry eucalyptus.
Yeah.
All right?
Thank you.
So off to the tractor.
Thank you.
Great.